Hello everyone, my name is Lois Akoma Antwi. I'm a 25-year-old Ghanaian who has had the opportunity to live her dreams, to pursue her dreams relentlessly, and I have the gift of resilience by God's grace. And right now, I'm a student of LASIAD, that is the Ghan Center for International Affairs and Diplomacy, because I hope to grow, not hope, I'd like to be a technocrat in the future and serve in diplomatic roles, but I know that I have a dream, and that dream is really expensive. It's tied to assessing the great men, the statesmen of the nation, the statesmen of the world. So I had the opportunity to work here in Parliament after my university degree, and right now my eyes is on going to New York City. New York City is where world leaders, great world leaders, leaders from developing countries, leaders from everywhere, in every nation, gather. All the voices that need to be represented are represented, but all voices that need to be represented, and that is where it happens, the UN headquarters. And so I've had my eye on Washington DC and New York City, and right now I've had the opportunity to be admitted into one of the world's finest universities, Columbia University, SIPA, which is one of the best globally renowned and reputable schools and institutes for public administration and diplomacy, international affairs. We can boast our faculty members like Hillary Clinton and Jeffrey Sachs, which I'm really excited to be able to meet or to meet once I get there. However, the university is too expensive. It's very expensive. I need over $80,000 in tuition annually, beside the $30,000 I will need per year to cover residence, food, and so much more. The issue is I'm gifted to be able to enjoy education from my primary level upwards. My parents are given, my parents understand the need for education. However, the bane of lack and poverty hasn't been lifted yet. And because of that, even though they would like to support me through school, even though I would like to support myself, we both do not have the financial capacity to. And right now, my enrollment deposit is almost here. Like, the deadline is in the next 2 days, and I've not been able to pay. I need $2,000 from anyone at all to be able to cover for my tuition, and so that I can hold on to this opportunity, which I want to cling on for dear life, because Columbia University is a dream. I wanted to go to school in New York City or Washington DC, but then I realized that in New York City, if I get into Columbia University, I'll get to be an IGP fellow. That I've already applied. An IGP fellow would take me to Washington DC. I want to be in Washington DC, not to be in New York City, because I want to be in the places where decision making is done. I want to be in the spaces where people who matter actually meet, because I have something to say. I need to present my views. I want to advise through gender lenses. I want to advise from someone who is coming from a developing country, from someone who actually, the systemic imbalance is there, the power dynamic is there. The issue is most of the people who get there are actually like from a certain pool of people, and I want to be from that other pool to go there and represent us. I want people who could not afford basic necessities. People who understand what it means when someone wakes up and decides to impose a tariff. I want our views to be there. What happens to the young girls who depend on free tampons that are sponsored by these institutions? What's happening to them? The balance is not seen, it's not really felt. And as someone who has failed to this, I want to be there to give a human perspective to what they come up with as policy, and to be able to advise and speak on, and perhaps be a part of the policy making process that affects people like me. I'm not yet out of the woodworks yet, but I want to climb out of it. I want to bring attention back home. I want to tell them this is what we go through, this is our life. When I was applying for school, they had to charge me an application fee, and then there is a plethora of things that are not accessible. We don't do that. It's not a standard for us. And then when I'm done with my university, I have a transcript. I want to submit the transcript. It's time to go to WES. What is WES? There are systemic imbalances that make access to certain things difficult. And people from certain places, from the powerful states, do not see it. There's a critical need for protection. There's a critical need for reform and policy framework, inclusivity. I am not speaking on this as someone who wants to even when it comes to, I understand the service about DEI, but even when it comes to that, it's really competitive. DEI doesn't mean that just anyone. It actually means let's intentionally crop someone out of here because we don't have people like that. Let's intentionally, and it's right because those people that we are trying to intentionally crop out, they have systemic issues, system biases that makes them not be able to come out on their own or by their own strength. It's just a lot that I really would like to do. I've never even gotten to the case of development yet. And one thing that I am a young lady. I have seen some things. I have got to learn some things, and I aspire to learn. I'm a life student. I'm just an academic. That's what I want to be. And the thing is, the reason why I think aid that comes from this national landscape failing is because we don't understand the demographic. We just, researchers enter, the community entry is mostly wrong. They come with their book, they come with their researcher lens, they look like researchers, they're not part of the community, they're not enter the community. And then they find people, question them, quiz them, do a report and send it. And then aid is poured into a community that has not been entered yet. And now, the people that the least wanted to teach them trade, they're still not in trade. They're still the systemic issues are going to persist unless this is done properly, unless people from that places are represented by themselves, they speak their own thing, they have their own voice, not just having people come once in a while to ask them questions or quiz them. That is simply what I teach. That's why I want to get out of here. SIPA also has the best faculty. It has the best. Their crop and pool of students are like one of the most brilliant people. They are diverse. I'm going to meet Asians. I'm going to meet Africans. I'm excited. I've met some Africans. I'm going to meet people from the European continent, the European countries, and Americas too, the Latins and everything, Latinos. And I believe that I'm going to make important relationships with incoming technocrats and world leaders that would enable my work when I return easier and better, and I'll be more fruitful to my country. Thank you for the opportunity.